and welcome to day 5 of Hillistic Yoga's 7-day beginners yoga program. Today I'm going to focus on the warriors, the Virabhadrasanas. I'm going to show you how to do them, and then I'm going to put them into a nice little sequence called Dancing Warriors, which I'm bringing quite a lot into the classes because, again, warriors open up every part of your body. They're very good at releasing toxins from the spine. So I always bring them in because back pain having been an issue with me in the past, I find that if I'm getting toxins and things out of the spinal column, that's always a good thing. And I like this little sequence, and I know my yogis in my classes like this sequence as well, because it's just a nice alternative sometimes to sun salutations if you're putting things together in a little flow sequence within the class. So let's get started without any further ado. So again, we'll start off with a nice little warm up. So sitting in, we're going to sit in Siddhasana this time. This is where we're not quite in our cross-legged position. So we're allowing the space for our feet to both be on the mat. So take your right foot in front, just like that, if you can. Now if you're finding this is going to be too tricky, you can always get a block, for example, under your knees, okay? You can have one on either side, or if you don't have a block, a couple of sturdy books would do, or a cushion even, just some way so that you can support that hip if you find that that's a bit tricky for you sitting cross-legged at all anyway, okay? So sitting in Siddhasana, now you'll find that if your right foot is in front, that hip, the right hip will be the thing that you will feel the most, okay? So just take it easy, as I said before. I don't want you to do anything that feels uncomfortable or anything that makes you feel that you're just going past your point of deep stretch to anything too much for you, okay? So this is your practice, so you do you. That's the best advice I can give you. Alright, so we're sitting in our Siddhasana, and all I just want you to do is to connect in with the breath, first of all. Just take a few deep Ujjayi breaths. Allow the belly to expand and the shoulders to drop down. Nice deep breaths in, and as you exhale, you can imagine you're just letting go of everything that no longer serves you. Any worries, tension. Just allow everything to be released. And Mother Earth, we ask for Mother Earth to transmute that negativity into something more positive. That's what I like to do. Okay, so connecting in with ourselves. Okay, so we're going to slowly just open our eyes, take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to take our hands out in front of us, okay? And I just want you to bring your body down towards the floor, just as much as your right hip will allow, okay? So some people might find that their hips are quite open and they can get down into the Sphinx arms like so. And I just want you to relax that right hip as much as you can. Just breathe through into that right hip. Just breathe all the way through. And just allow that right hip just to be gentle. Okay, we're going to inhale, we don't have to hold that for too long. Okay. Now I want you to swap the legs over. So the left one is now in front, okay? And we'll just do some more shoulder work because we did the breathing to open that hip. Okay, so I just want you to take the hands onto the shoulders now. And I want you to make some nice deep circles with your elbows. Just nice deep circles, just opening up that whole trapezius area, the pectoral muscles, and then reverse. It's just crunching around in my shoulders. I don't know about yours, but just take it nice and easy. All the way around. Okay, coming back to centre, take a nice deep breath in again. And take the hands out in front, and again, just come down as deep as you can. You might just want to inch out a little bit further forward. If you can get down to Sphinx arms, that's fantastic, but don't push it too much. Take it nice and easy. Just breathe through. slowly roll back in. Okay, excellent. Right, I want you just to come into nice comfortable cross-legged, but I want you to try and do it with not your normal way you would do it. So you'd maybe be usually sitting like cross-legged like so, but I'd really like you to try and do it with the opposite way so it feels a bit weird. But it's good to bring balance into your body. We do lots of things with a predominant side or always the way that we do something, which over time creates imbalance in the body, whether physically obviously or energetically. So we want to try and create more balance. So although this might seem a bit weird, it will help in the long run just to keep things even up in your body. Okay, right, I want you to take your hands and clasp in front of you, and I want you to bring them out in front in line with your chest, and I want you to really reach them out as much as possible. Okay, so reach them out there as far as you can towards me, and I want you to bring the shoulders down, and I want you to engage the triceps, so make the arms active. Okay, so engage the arms, and I want you just to breathe through. I just want you to feel that really beautiful stretch all the way down the trapezius here and into the shoulder blades, okay? Not only that, it's activating your arms as well, which allows them to build strength. So there's lots of things in yoga you can do that, you know, you're not throwing yourself on the mat or putting yourself into really difficult twists. There's lots of really simple techniques, just like this, for example, this one here, that builds up tremendous strength in your body, your shoulders, your arms, but equally opens up shoulder blades as well, which are, you know, often create and hold a lot of tension. So you'll probably find your arms are getting quite tired now, yeah? So let's just take a nice deep breath in and then exhale and bring them back down. So there's another little effective arm strengthening exercise you can do there as part of your warm-up. Okay, we're going to bring the arms up with a nice deep inhale. And we're going to exhale, we're going to come into our warm-up twist. Okay, so left hand to right. Now I'll show you just so that you're clear that what we're doing here. Your right hand comes behind you like so. And you're just taking your gaze round to the right. So my hand always comes just a bit further away from my lower back into the centre. So I feel I can push down a little bit with my hand, which helps me to lift. You know, you don't want to be collapsing like this. It helps me lift up there, okay? So that the spine is nice and lifted. Okay, coming back to centre. Nice deep breath in, bring the arms up, and then exhale to the other side. Same thing again. Breathe. Take the legs out in front, point and flex the toes. Make some nice deep circles with the ankles. And reverse. Okay, fantastic. Just come back onto the sacrum. We're going to lift the legs up. I'm going to take the hands round and we're going to hold ourselves nice and tight. So feet off the floor, lift the knees towards your chest and hold that position. So some people might find it a bit difficult to do this because you'll want to roll back. Alright, so just try and keep that pelvic floor nice and strong. Your bandhas, as we explained before, nice and strong to hold the balance. Okay, so you keep holding that. And then I'd like you to see if you can try and raise your legs up to a 45-degree angle. And continue to hold. Make sure your pelvic floor is nice and strong, don't lose it, otherwise you put pressure on your back. If you've lost the pelvic floor, come down and readjust. Again. Now you might just want to stay here, or some of you may be able to bring yourself up into a boat pose, Navasana. So let's just hold that for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Bring the feet really close into your body, okay? And I want you to take the arms round and clasp the wrist. And you want to come right up onto your pointy bits of your sitting bones and your feet nicely tucked in. Lift up the inhale shoulders dropped, and I want you to hold this position. So you're lifting up the spine, you're not collapsing down like so. You're lifting yourself up, okay? And you're using your core to keep you there. This is a very, very strong posture for strengthening your back. So because we're going to be doing warriors today, we're going to be moving our back quite a lot. So this is a nice little warm-up for your back to activate the muscles. So just let's hold this nice and strongly. You'll find that as you use your core nice and strong, your body starts to heat up. You'll feel that inner fire, the agony, the inner fire in your belly. It starts to energise your body, burn up all the dross, the toxins. So keep holding if you can. It's quite strong, you'll find. The longer you hold this, you'll realise that it doesn't look like you're doing very much, but actually you are. It's really bringing heat into the body. Okay, take a nice deep breath in and exhale and relax. Okay, right, we're going to stand up now. Okay, I want to show you the warrior positions. So we're going to start off with Virabhadrasana 1, which is warrior 1. So we're coming into our triangle feet, okay? So right foot in the middle of the mat, face forward. Back foot slightly turned in, about 45 degrees is usually about right for most people. Now there's lots of different schools of yoga out there that have feet alignment slightly differently. I usually try and align the heel of my front foot with the instep of my back foot. But others will tell you to do it in line with the joint of your big toe. So see what feels right for you, okay? Now the distance between your feet should be roughly your leg length. So that's the right length for you, okay? That's usually the rule of thumb. Now for warrior 1, we are turning our pelvis round to face that front foot, okay? Now you want the back leg nice and active, lifting up the knee, and you want to engage your bandhas, okay? And warrior 1, you're bending that front knee. Okay, now it's very tempting to bring your pelvis round to the front again because it feels a bit easier, but try and align it in line with that front knee, okay? Keep that back leg nice and straight, alright, if you can. Okay, so we're in our position with our legs. We now want to take a nice deep breath in and we bring the arms up, okay? So the arms are up, the shoulders are down, and you're gazing with your drishti point, your gaze point, up towards your thumbs. Okay, now let's try and hold this for 5 breaths, okay? 1, keep that core strong. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're back up. Well done. Okay, we're going to do the other side, so we're just going to swivel our feet round, okay? Exactly the same the other side. Turn that foot slightly in, pelvis facing the front, go into a nice deep lunge. Inhale, the arms up, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring yourself back down. Well done. Warrior 1. Okay, so coming into warrior 2, your feet stay exactly the same, okay? You're bending that front leg as before, but this time you're turning the pelvis round to the front. So you bend the knee, okay, but the pelvis is round to the front. So you'll notice a difference on how that makes you feel in your legs. But it's the same feet. So from here, from warrior 1, you're turning yourself round to the front, okay? And you bring the arms up to shoulder height. Now engage your triceps, and then you want to look out the middle finger of the hand that is above the knee, the bent knee, okay? So you're sinking down, keeping it nice and steady, and you gaze at that left middle finger for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Coming up, swivel the feet round. Okay, so you're doing the same the other side. Pelvis comes to the front. Bend that front knee. Arms up. Looking out the right little finger now. Let's breathe. 1, 2, keep the shoulders down and the arms engaged. 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Warrior 2. Okay. Now, we're going to also do a reverse warrior, okay, because I want to bring that into the sequence. There are other warriors like warrior 3, etc., but we'll learn them as we go with classes. For this particular little sequence, the reverse warrior is the same as, so you come from warrior 2, and you're going to come down, and then you're going to bring the back hand down the back of the leg, and the right arm up and over, okay? So you're bringing a nice openness through the front of the body. Okay, so here we go. Let's hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Coming back down, swivel the feet around again. Okay, and we'll do the same on the other side. Coming down. So the pelvis is forward here, like in warrior 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Coming back up again. Excellent. Okay, now let's have a little break. A little shiggle about, because that's probably quite strong for some of you. Okay, so we're going to now just put another couple of postures so we can come into this sequence, okay? So, a similar one, back into that feet mode. We're going to do just bring your arm forward. It just brings you into this next sequence. So coming into that bent knee situation again, pelvis is facing forward. Just place your right elbow on the top of that right knee like so. And then we're taking that left arm up and over. So we're reaching out for that gin and tonic that's just out of reach, okay? So this shoulder wants to come nice and down. This arm needs to be engaged, reaching forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Come back up again, swivel the feet round. Let's do the same the other side. Bend that left knee, left elbow over right knee, all the way over, reaching forward for that gin and tonic, out of reach, nice and steady. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Coming back up. Okay. Now the final little posture that's a little bit more tricky, so I think we'll practice now, is similar. We come into, again, that warrior 2 pose. But this time at the very end we'll take the right hand behind us, so here it is down here. Left hand comes over and you try and grab the fingers of that right hand, okay? And then you go a little bit deeper into a lower lunge. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Up you come. Well done. Swivel those feet round. Let's do the same the other side. Okay, left hand behind, right hand in front, grab, and then down. A nice deep lunge. 1, 2, into a nice little sequence called Dancing Warrior. Okay? So we will do 3 lots each side, alright? Because that will probably be enough. And then you can always go back and rewind me and do another 3 if you want to do a little bit more. You'll find it's quite good aerobically. Dancing Warrior is really good as well because you have to concentrate your mind on what you're doing. So you remember where to position your body in certain bits as you go into and move and transition into the next posture. Okay, so we start off with Warrior 2, we go to Warrior 1, beg your pardon, Warrior 1, we go to Warrior 2, we go to Reverse Warrior, and then we go to that final one, Parsvakonasa variation. Okay, so let's start off in our Warrior 1 position. Pelvis forward. We take a nice deep breath in, arms up. On the inhale. On the exhale, we transition through to Warrior 2. On the inhale, we come into our reverse. And then exhale into the final position there. Okay, then we inhale back to Warrior 2. Okay, rest here, exhale here. Coming back into Warrior 1. Exhale into Warrior 2. Inhale into reverse. And exhale, Parsvakonasa variation. Inhale back to Warrior 2. Exhale here. Last round. And then we finish off with that nice deep lunge. Exhale. Inhale, reverse. Exhale. Inhale back to Warrior 2. Exhale here. And as you exhale into that left hand behind, grab the right hand and come into a nice deep lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Up you come. Well done. Release your hands. Turn your feet round. Okay? We're going to do the same the other side. Pelvis forward for Warrior 1. Inhale. Up to Warrior 1. Exhale round to Warrior 2. Pelvis comes to the front. Back up to the front, to the side. Exhale. Pelvis is coming in over that left knee again. Inhale back to Warrior 2. Exhale here. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. On the exhale. Inhale. Reverse. And then exhale. Over here. Back to Warrior 2 on the inhale and exhale here. Last round. Inhale. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to Warrior 2. And as you're exhaling, take that right hand behind, take the left hand in front and go into a nice deeper lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release and come back up. Well done. Well done, everybody. That's your little Dancing Warrior sequence. I really like to bring that in whenever I can. Okay, bring your feet together. I'm just going to show you another couple of little random postures just to finish with. Okay, so we're going to bring our feet together here. We're going to come into Utkatasana, chair pose. So feet together. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to just bend the knees, okay? And bring the arms up. So this is Ashtanga style. Some schools will have you going a bit deeper, okay? The Ashtanga one is simply standing in your nice Tadasana, Samastitihi, bending the knees, keep the back nice and straight. Bring the arms up, the same as in your warrior position. You're looking up towards your thumbs, shoulders down, lifting up in the chest, keeping the core nice and engaged. This posture is extremely good for mental health. So just holding 2, 3, 4, and 5. Straighten the legs. We're going to swan dive all the way down, like we did yesterday with some salutations. We're just going to hold ourselves here. Bend the knees if you need to. Take a nice deep breath. And just keep breathing and allowing the hamstrings to completely iron themselves out. Okay. Alright, slowly coming back up. Alright, I'm just going to show you Warrior 3. The Warrior 3 is a little bit more tricky because it's a balance. Alright, so Warrior 3, we take our weight on that left foot, okay, and get the core nice and strong. Now you're lifting that right leg up behind you. You can keep a bend in that leg, first of all, as a beginner. It's harder to straighten the leg. And then you just take the arms out in front. Now an easy way to do this is to look at something straight ahead of you that isn't moving and keeps your balance. Okay? Woo! Warrior 3. When you take your mind or your gaze away from a balance, that's when you usually become unsteady. So when I turn around to the camera to look at you there, that put me off balance. So always keep your drishti point, your gaze point on something straight ahead. Keep your core strong, and then that usually allows you to hold that balance for a bit longer. Let's try the other side. So we'll take the weight on the other foot this time. Centre yourself, core strong, leg up, straight ahead, hold. And then down. Okay, that's Warrior 3. Again, any balance, a strong core is key. Okay? Right, so we're just going to come down, feet together. We'll just come down into a nice seated position for a moment, and we'll just finish the class. So we're just coming into a normal cross-legged position. You should feel a little bit out of breath. That's quite an aerobic session we did today. Okay, so just taking a few deep breaths in and centering ourselves. I always finish every yoga practice with a shavasana.